And it's an honor. It's an honor to have this king on the platform. This beautiful brother, Caul Grant. I was at an event on Sunday, under Auntie Jean with this brother. I love the brother's spirit, love the brother's energy, love the brother's work. And true, again, this is a great brother doing some great things. And you know, he's taking the fight to the doorstep, to the powers that be. Brother Caul Grant is with us today. Just explain how we can support him and the works that they're doing are brilliant works. So our brother, how you doing, Brother Caul? You're on silent. You're on silent.
Greetings, my brother. How's that?
We can hear you and we can see your beautiful shining face, King.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. My brother, Andrew, it is such an absolute honor to be here on this platform, receiving an invitation from yourself on when we linked on Auntie Jean it just made my week, my month, my year. And it's just absolute. I feel privileged to have an audience with the Hidden Truth family. And yes, indeed, you know, that sister that just spoke,
yes.
Wow. Yes, so as I said, thank you so much for inviting me here to come and tell our community. One or two may be aware of Campaign for Truth and Justice, a fight which the media has turned its cameras in the opposite direction in order to keep from the general public the very fact that we are taking on the government in an unprecedented case where we have the government through the Secretary of State, Department of Secretary of State for Justice and the Home Office. We have them in court and they've tried to basically strike our case out. Now, this is a case about several violations of the Human Rights Act, and the whole history of this campaign stems from the death of one of my children, a 15-month-old baby who was left to die from dehydration in hospital. And in an effort to cover up those circumstances and
brother. Sorry, could you rewind that bit again? Because I didn't know this bit, brother. Rewind what you just said again, brother, please.
Oh, my dear brother Andrew. Yes, the history of this matter stems from the death of one of my children, a 15-month-old.
Sorry, brother. Sure. So sorry, I did not know that. Sorry.
Sure. Well, there you go. So it wasn't, you know, you genuinely brought me on here, not because of, you know, the death of a child you just heard briefly, and so I so much love and respect you for that, because absolutely. The truth is that this matter stemmed from the most horrific experience any parent can go through.
Any parent.
Absolutely. And in an effort for the authorities to cover up the circumstances involved in my son's death, I've found myself, because I was pursuing answers, I found myself locked up in prison without charge, without trial, without ever passing through a court of law. My first experience of imprisonment in this country was at the age of 35, when I was kidnapped from the streets, brought to Pentonville prison, and I was in there for 10 weeks when a prison officer was having a conversation with me, and he just asked, so how did you come to be here? And when I told him, he said, oh, you're not supposed to be here. And they made arrangements to produce me in the High Court in the Strand. And that day, when I appeared before this judge, Mr. Justice Buckley, when he heard how I came to be in prison, he turned to me and he said, Mr. Grant, the background of your case is extremely tragic, and there are many ways in which you can pursue it. Go home to your family. When Indeed, when I stepped out of the court onto the steps of that building, I wondered how many before me had been put through that and hadn't nowhere to turn, didn't know what to do, how to fight, etc. And that day, the 28th of May, 1999, I decided I was going to fight for justice, not only on my behalf, but on their behalf also. And we've been
Yes.
fighting ever since. Now, they've been, whether it be the criminal doors or the civil doors, they've been slamming the court doors in our faces, trying to prevent us to bring those issues in the courts. However, last year, we finally managed to file a case against the government. They struck it out because the judiciary is implicated in this, seriously implicated in this matter. They struck it out, and we eventually succeeded in getting an appeal hearing, which is listed for this coming Monday, the 25th of October.
Say that again. Say that again.
The 25th, Monday, the 25th of October, at the Royal Courts of Justice in the Strand. We will be conducting, well, we have an appeal hearing. However, we're not going to conduct an appeal hearing because we have been to that court several times with these issues before. And as the old saying goes, a person who keeps doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is bordering on insanity. So we're going to use the opportunity. Indeed, we're going to use the platform to make a declaration. And we're going to declare our position in law. For the time being, I've been able to go around the country, this country, seizing property and literally lawfully seizing property. And so we've got a number of properties under our belt at the moment, which we've seized in accordance with the law, which the authorities aren't able to do anything about. And previously, we also seized land. We seized Shepherd's Bush Green, Clapham Common, Hackney Downs, and we had campers on those. Each time we seized a particular piece of land, we put campers on there. And they had to, those respective councils have had to take us to court to regain repossession of those lands. So really and truly, what I'm, by myself, I can't make these people do anything at all, apart from they give me the privilege of, I can go out there and break the law if I wish and whatever, and not fear prosecution because they don't want me in court, because I can argue the area of law, which
Yes.
gives me that right to do so.
Yes.
However, if with the support of the people of our community, if we go there, in fact, as a matter of fact, as I said, we're not going there asking for justice, we're going there to take it. But we need numbers there. We need numbers at the court. So our hearing is listed for 10:30 a.m. We're going to be gathering from about 10 o'clock outside the High Court. This is a matter which goes to the very heights of these countries. Even the Queen, and I'm not, you know, I'm just
say it.
Even the Queen has gotten intervened in this matter, but the officials who she's directed or her secretaries have directed this matter, they have failed to act. And that failure to act is itself a violation of the law. So it is not a small matter. It is unprecedented. It could literally, if sunlight was on it, and this is why their cameras are pointed in the other direction. If sunlight was on this, it would cause the whole system to collapse. Let me just give two quotes and then I'll wind up. Their own very revered, or one of their own revered judges, former judges, Lord Denning, he said, whoever may be guilty of abuse of power, whether it be the government, the state, employer, or trade union, the law must provide a speedy remedy. Otherwise, the victims will find their own remedy. And effectively, that is what we're doing. That is further endorsed by a former US Supreme Court judge who said, in a government of laws, existence of the government will be imperiled if it fails to observe the laws scrupulously. Government is omnipresent teacher for good or ill. It teaches the whole people by its example. If the government becomes a lawbreaker, it breeds contempt for the law. It invites every man to become a law unto himself. And that, my dear brother Andrew, is this position that the government finds itself in, because it's failed to address the issues of law breaking, whether it be by the judiciary, the Crown Prosecution Service, or the police. As a result of that failure, they've lost the right to sit in judgment of any of us. And because we're able to argue that with the law, this is why they've had this problem with us coming into court. So I'm just appealing to everyone who's available on Monday, please, please, please join us at the Royal Courts of Justice in the Strand. It is rare. Most of the time, these people are taking us to court. Now we are taking them to court. It's an opportunity not to miss. Brother Andrew, I am so grateful for the time you've allowed me on here.
No. Brothers and sisters, you see why we had to have the brother on the show today, brothers and sisters, because this is Black History Month, man, a time that we got to now reinvest. We know that every day is a Black History Day, but this is a month especially that we can say, you know what, we hear each other. I see you. And I want this brother to know, I did not know about, the
death,
about his own child. You know what I'm trying to say, beloved? But just hearing this whole situation has moved me. So, brother, before we move on, my king, because you've touched us all tonight, brother. Give us the time and the date one more time, just quickly. Time and the date.
Okay, so thank you again. So the gathering will be gathering from about 10 a.m. and that will be Monday. So that's next Monday, the 25th of October at the Royal Courts of Justice in the Strand. The picture you're showing is one of our Empowerment Mondays, which we used to gather outside that court every Monday from every Monday for 2 years. You can vaguely see there one of those placard letters on the railings there is from Buckingham Palace. We've had several letters from Buckingham Palace. So Monday, 25th of October, 10 a.m. outside the Royal Courts of Justice in the Strand. We absolutely welcome everyone's presence.
And Jarita's been putting the link. I think it's Jarita has been putting the link.
Yes, Sister Ches McLeod.
Fantastic. Yeah. Fantastic. So that's excellent. So, brother, once again, brother, thank you so much for being here with us. I pray, community, that you're listening and that we're there to support our brother. And how they treat the least of us is how they treat the whole of us, brothers and sisters. Absolutely. One for all and all for one. Absolutely. And it's pure love, pure love.